What's up guys, and welcome to League of Legends Tips and Tricks. Today I'm giving you tips about the number one thing that can help you win your bot lane, which is an aggressive support. A well-played aggressive support will be able to deny your opponent's AD carry from CS, and maybe even get your carry a few kills. This leads to, of course, a fed AD carry which can easily win you the game. The most important thing to do as an aggressive support is to harass and zone your lane opponents. This prevents them from getting CS, or even experience, leading to an easy advantage, and thus an easily won lane. Harass as much as possible, especially when the health of your friendly minions is low. If you harass when your minion's HP is low, you will either do a lot of damage, or the AD carry will miss a few CS, as opposed to just doing a bit of damage. Also, since every support has some form of CC, be it a slow or a stun or anything, you can use that in coordination with your AD carry to get huge amounts of poke onto the enemy. Even though supports are usually the easiest to harass, it is important to note that harassing the enemy support is not as important as harassing the enemy carry, because supports have lots of sustain with heals, pots, and their Philosopher's Stone. AD carries only get sustain from pots and support heals. Although AD carries usually get lifesteal, they only get it late, and if you're harassing and zoning properly, the health they gain from their lifesteal will be very minimal, probably even less than that from their HP pots. So just stay focused on harassing the carry, because it's not like you're going to deny the support CS. A couple of tips for zoning is to stay ahead of the minion wave, often in the bush closer to the enemy tower, and just poke your head out every now and then. Don't be afraid to take a few hits, because supports have excellent sustain. Basically, just stand between your enemies and the minion wave. Bush control is extremely important when trying to zone out your enemies. It is easily gained and maintained by placing wards in the bush. Your opponents may try to gain bush control back by warding as well, so I definitely recommend buying pink wards and/or oracles when playing aggressively to ensure complete bush control. Successfully maintaining bush control is one of the easiest ways to zone out your opponents. Don't be afraid to lose in a trade with the AD carry. Since you outsustain them due to your Philosopher's Stone, it's easy to get your health back, while it's harder for them to get their health back. Just make sure to keep the river warded and don't get ganked by the enemy jungler. Be careful if your opponent is trying to zone you out. The easiest solution to an enemy support that's being aggressive is to let the lane push, and then farm near, but not at the tower. Then ask your jungler for a gank, or just keep farming. That being said, if you're playing as an aggressive support against your enemies, try to push as little as possible, because it's really hard to get kills and deny CS when the lane is pushed to the tower. Recognize if you can win a straight up fight. For example, if your AD is far ahead of your opponent, then it should be easy to win a fight. As a support, what you need to do is try to initiate and force those fights. It's usually best to jump on the support champion when forcing a fight, because supports are usually squishier than the ADs. However, with supports like Alistar or Leona, it's possible that the AD carry is squishier. I recommend jumping on the champion that is the squishiest that you'll know you'll be able to chase down. Forcing fights often ends up in a lot of chasing, so even if their AD is tankier than their support, if their support has flash up and the AD does not, it's probably better to jump on their AD. However, if your opponents are stronger than you in a straight up fight, just try to harass and only initiate if your opponent's HP is low. It is important to always have mana as an aggressive support. If you run out of mana, the only thing you can do is auto attack, which makes you almost useless in a fight. So while it is good to use your skills to harass, you should always have some mana in case a fight happens. If you find yourself running out of mana, there is nothing wrong with buying mana pots. I recently asked Yut Win, who is a pro support player for TSM Evo, about playing aggressive support on his stream, and he told me that to play aggressive and get your carry a few kills, it is important to have a good matchup. I definitely agree with this advice. Your duo of champions need to counter your opponents to make it easy to get kills. For example, if my opponents play someone like Alistar or Leona who have a lot of CC and good initiate, I might play someone like Janna to counter the aggressive play and disengage the fights. Thanks Yat for that pro tip. Lastly, watch out for kill lanes bot. A kill lane is where you have two champions that are very strong in fights and both have good CC, so instead of farming, you just try to get kills. An example of this kill lane is a Blitzcrank and an Alistar. This combo has been pulled successfully multiple times by pro teams and is a very effective kill lane. A kill lane is the complete counter of a support and AD carry bot. When going up against a kill lane, you need to play defensive, not aggressive, and never try to push your lane out, and keep your bushes warded so that you don't get jumped on. Since kill lanes fall off late game, just protect your AD carry and have them farm up for the end game. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to see everyone's feedback in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.